Greetings, exiles. So just a little technical talk here. So I'm looking through. I wanted to see what the Annihilator stats are, and I noticed that everything they tweaked, everything they went through and tweaked, or made changes to, is now in the other window. So instead of it being under the proper tag or the proper right, because this is all gear, all these weapons, all these weapons right here are supposed to be. Let's see what that is, because if it's in here now, they've messed with it, because none of this stuff was in this category before. So that's a good indicator of what they've altered, because they're putting it in the wrong subfolder of stuff. So that's the easiest way to tell. Like, here are all the new. Is this the new? Is this the new? Um, let's see here. Wanted to see what if the arena stuff is in here, which one it's under, what the color for it is, because usually all the DLCs have a little color. Like they have all the Japanese inspired DLC. They, for some reason, they're all over in the other tab. I don't know. They need to fix that. It's just sloppy. Um, let's see what they got here. So it looks like, okay, here's kind of the Chinese inspired. Ah, okay, here is the Persian inspired, let's see. Interesting. So they don't have a color code for the arena DLC. They don't have a color code for the shaman stuff, and they should. You know what I mean? The consistency. So that tells me that a different person developed this stuff. A different person developed this stuff, but they're not color coded, and it's not that big a deal. But there should be, maybe a red background, and then all of this stuff needs to go in its proper folder in the subdirectory. Ooh, scroll, havoc, venom infused two-handed sword. Yeah, all of this is new in here. Panther, greater panther. Let's see what those are. But yeah, those are yeah, just kind of a little technical talk. Little technical, because that was the easy way to identify which DLC it came out of, is the colored background. And I like that. I like how it makes it easier to manage in the inventories, because what they've forsaken is, I wish they would add these to the game. I wish they would add the Aquilonian. I know it was part of a DLC. Okay, so here we have, let's see if there's more armor. No, this all looks the same. Gas protection. Annihilator. Here it is. Annihilator. So now it is 33 armor pin. Huh. I think it's still higher. Let me weapon, armor, negation, cripple, legendary. Okay, let me make another sword, and let's do a comparison gear, right? Because it's where we'll just go other. We'll just look at the new stuff. A lot of this is star metal. Yeah, they've done some alteration. Black Ice Bastard Sword. Let's look at these. Um, Bloodstone Sword. So I guess the shame here is, these are pin 11. Okay, the Bloodstone is a better version. And then these are all one. They need a two-handed Black Ice Sword. They badly need a two-handed Black Ice Sword. I've been talking about that for over a year. Just to round out the reason to go to the Frost Giant Temple up there gear. Um, I know some of this is a little bit of a ramble. Okay, let's do let's do I'm looking here. Okay, Bloodletter. Okay, this is the new DLC stuff. This is the legendary version. Here's the exceptional. Okay, let's find the long flawless Bloodletter two-handed sword right there. Okay, this is a good comparable. So I do like the look of this. I do very much like the look of that. And I do like the okay. So there is interesting. There is a higher armor pin. So they did retain a degree of the armor pin. Um, I think they need to bump that up to 50. The health damage, they need to bring it up just a little bit higher to compensate for the, because originally they kind of engineered this to where the damage was low because of the extreme armor pin. But like the vibe that I get is somebody else came through here and tried to fix somebody else's design philosophy without understanding some of the logic. So the excuse me, the annihilator. Whenever you say that word, you have to say it with a sense of presence. The annihilator. Um, the annihilator should since they've um, balanced balanced the armor penetration. Um, they need to bring this up to 50 damage. They really badly do. I wish the pets. I bet. See, so this part right here. Just kind of a quick understanding or explanation. When you mouse over something, and it says Panther 19149 and Panther 19150. Those little boxes that pop up are called tooltips. And this box over here on the left below the inventory, this box is also generally referred to as a tooltip or card info or these are so vague. I wish they would flush these out a little bit more. Um, and so that way it would just instead of just saying pet, it would say like this is a greater panther. It would be like, so they need to come up with a naming convention that is, so when you throw the pet out it says greater panther, right? Well, so right here it needs to say greater pet because it's a greater pet. And these tooltips, they don't flesh them out to where the follow through is what the naming the consistency. A lot of this stuff is kind of underdeveloped. So let me just throw these out here. I don't think this one's a pet actually. Let me put him outside. Is he a pet? I don't remember. Okay. If I Yeah, he's a pet. So this is Panther. It says Greater Panther, right? So when the tooltips, this should have said Greater Panther. This should have been, and the armor value between the Panther and the Greater Panther should be, besides the hit points, it should have 20% more armor. That's for them to figure out. But it should be a tier 1 has 84 armor. A tier 2 has what's 84 60 72 armor, right? So a tier 2 has 72 armor. A tier 3 should have, what's 8 times 3 is 2400 240 armor. And so and that way they just multiply it by 8. If they're 84 was their bait, that's a tier 1. 84 is a tier 1. Because the thing is these higher tier pets and monsters take longer to manifest in the cauldrons and um, the pins. So, anyways, I know this drifted off topic, but I wanted to see if their rebalance quotation marks on the Annihilator. Oh, oil. Almost forgot oil. Um, admin panel. Oil. 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 Resources. I mean, shouldn't oil be under resources. Oil. Oil. Ah, it's under other. Oil should be under resources. So, let's do something here. There it is, truncheon. So we have reinforced steel truncheon. We have a steel. What's the difference? I do not remember. Okay, and then oil. Oil. Okay, a memory of oil. This sounds provocative. The memory of oils. The memories of oils. Um, oil of agony. Okay. Uh, oil of balance. Oil of bounty. Okay. So shit's so retarded. Shit's so retarded. Okay. Okay. Get admin. You know, I'm in God mode, right? So let there be light. Okay. So I does it say in the tooltip what it's for? A weapon oil. Okay, it says a weapon oil. That's a good indicator. That increases the armor penetration of the weapon. A weapon oil that increases weapon damage temporarily. A weapon oil that decreases the stamina cost of the weapon. You know, in all reality, this is the only one that should exist. The stamina decrease is the only one, but these others, you have toolkits. This oil right here, stamina decrease is the only one that should exist. A weapon oil that increases the concentration damage of a weapon. Concussion, I'm sorry. Concussion damage. So this right here is the culprit. Okay. So what's the difference between these two? These both say reinforced steel truncheon. So I guess the only difference is I think this is new. Reinforced steel truncheon. This is new. Okay, I'm gonna summon one more here. I need to summon a thrall. Admin panel. Okay, I need to do a trunge. So where'd you go? Right here. I'm just gonna do steel. Okay, and I'm gonna do another oil. OIL. So we're getting into a little test. Let's do a couple of those. So, and we need to go spawn NPC. We're just gonna do. Oh, this might be problematic. Okay, we want to do. Let me get rid of some of this weight. I know this is blasphemy. Sometimes it feels like blasphemy. I think F does the same thing. See, the tooltips are so lackluster. These tooltips need to be fleshed out. You know, if I mouse over this, you know, the tooltips should also say like a sturdy ceiling piece. You know, neutral. So another little pet peeve is when you look at armor, see how it has this little rating system, has the sun with one dot because that's the efficiency of the heat protection right here. Building structures should have that exact same characteristic right here. They should just do away with what it says, and they should just put the exact same, use the same formula across, so that way you get the visual representation. You know, and if it's neutral, then you just have 4 MP bars. Or you could have the verbiage. You have the verbiage, right? Temperature neutral, and then you have the representation up there, because you have two systems to represent the survival element in the game, and it needs to be seamless across the board. I know I'm critical, but I'm pretty sure most of you agree with my logic. Okay, let's get. Okay, this is steel. This is steel. I want to get rid of the. There's no. I don't think there's a visual representation between the reinforced, um, and the reinforced steel and the steel. So I have two steels. Okay. So now we're gonna have to go admin panel, spawn. They need to take the blue out of the game. They need to take that completely out of the game. Just because of because what it costs to make, you have to have the fragments of power, and if you're gonna sacrifice 5 fragments of power for a 4-minute window, you are not gonna waste that shit on thralls. You are gonna waste it on other players' thralls during that finite PvP window. So, okay, let's just do Alchemist tier 1. Okay. Okay, so oh, too close. Still overweight. Why am I still overweight? Wow, they killed that shit quick. All right. I thought I got rid of everything. What's all the weight? Am I in walk? The hell? It says I'm still encumbered. Huh. Let me see. Admin panel. Maybe it's because I don't have any attributes. Attributes. Okay. Grit. I know. I wish this was just a slider bar, but this is okay. This is not that big a deal. I mean, I don't want to be super critical of everything. And really, this needs to be a second video by itself. This testing, and maybe what I'll do is I'll just clip it out, even though I'll keep it in this video, and then I'll just clip it out. Okay, good enough. So. Admin panel, aqua. Okay, admin panel, get over here. I mean, I am close enough to Sepper Maru. I could just, okay. Admin panel, spawn. We're just gonna go, the first one. Alchemist. Okay, Alchemist, right? And so we have the truncheon. Wow, that still didn't take anything to knock her out. Jeez, that was super quick. Okay. That was way quick. Okay. Spawn. Let's do a tier 4. Or we'll just do a tier 3. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so 14, that's a 3. Okay, so now let's do that same NPC with the oil. So spawn, Alchemist. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That oil needs to go away. That oil is garbage. I mean, it's effective in a PvP environment. I'm sorry, in a PvE environment, it's fine. But in a PvP environment, it allows an exploitation, because why would I use a weapon when I can just use a truncheon and go in and knock out everybody's thrall in the base and then haul them all off with their armor and their gear. So anyways, I hope this video shares a little insight, shares a little depth and understanding. As always, thank you for watching. Leave some feedback. Let me know what you think. I'm kind of done with the Funcom in general. I'm done with their lack of participation and their lack of community support. Um, I'm definitely, I've been looking for something else to play, but I still want to share my knowledge with the community. They it's kind of sad, this state. It's ultimately, I think it's become just a cash grab at this point. The follow through of the DLCs, like they're missing some of the building pieces. Um, for example, just a little quick insight. They need to add the wedge piece. The texture on this is too waxy. They need to back off. They need to change the texture to where it's not so waxy looking. But they're missing the wedge ceiling, vaulted ceiling wedge. They're missing the vaulted ceiling wedge. This would actually look amazing as a dome tower with the vaulted ceiling wedge. Oh, the door will not close with the scorpion in the way. Wow, those panthers have amazing reaction time. Holy shit. All right. But yeah, leave some feedback. Adios amigos. Hasta la vista.